Alright, guys. We're back with more Judgment. It's actually been like, I don't know, like 4 or maybe almost an hour, 45 minutes or so. Whatever, since the last time I recorded. I had some stuff come up involving my health insurance, which is obviously lovely. I mean, obviously so much fun. So I had to take care of that. But, yeah, we're back. So, okay, it's 1:15. Okay, I have until around 3 to record here, so I guess we'll probably play for another like hour 45 or so. But yeah, so yeah, this is the same location as Like a Dragon. Which, what the fuck is Kaido doing? It's fucking green. Whatever. Which this looks a lot nicer than Like a Dragon. Obviously, again, I think the 60 frames definitely benefits, and obviously playing on PS5 too. So, just higher graphic fidelity, I'm assuming. But yeah, this definitely looks better than Like a Dragon. I do want to replay Like a Dragon at some point. That's something I'm probably going to do on stream at some point. I don't know when. Because like I don't really have a reason to be playing it, but fuck it. Oh, what happened there? Okay, that was like a weird, like, abrupt. Well, not even abrupt. It was like a weird cutscene transition.
That's not what I said. What'd you call me? What the? Hey, what are you filming me for? Knock it off!
Chill out, man. Why do you care? I don't see anything that says I can't record here.
Enough! Stop!
Just give me a reason. You have one? It's a free country, isn't it?
Whoa! Hey! What gives? You just kicked my sign over!
Ah, that was the wind, man. A big old gust just came through, right?
Yeah, crazy. Just now it whooshed right over.
I told you! Put that down! Come on!
Kids don't seem to give any fucks about people these days.
Agreed. So much for seeing the sights, huh?
Well, you're thinking what I'm thinking, aren't you?
Do you have to ask?
So, anything else you want to accuse us of? I'd say you must be losing it, Pops.
You goddamn brats!
I got that one. He called us goddamn brats. You picking on high schoolers, man?
No, I just don't want you loitering in front of my store. That's all I said, okay? So stop disturbing my customers.
That part's not gonna make the video.
Wow, is that one of those new smartphone models? May I?
What the hell?
Damn, the camera on this thing's amazing, man. Your parents buy it for you?
Holy crap, he kicked Sakaki down.
You must be seeing things, kid. Anyway, your smartphone's kind of...
I wonder how they. I never thought about that in like a game here with a smartphone. Like, how are they rendering that? Are they literally creating a new scene within the phone, or are they like putting a camera in front of the phone? Which I guess would be like relatively close to reality, but like I don't know, it's just a weird thing when you think about like how games are made and stuff, and like how they're actually rendering that one little short scene there. Oh fuck, we have to do this again? We're doing more tutorials? We need guard against enemy attacks. We already did that. That was literally one of the things earlier. Yeah, this is definitely teaching those... oh, fuck off. Of course I let go at the wrong time. It's definitely teaching those punks a lesson. Wait, how'd that not count? Oh, you have the hole and... Oh, that's fucking... This is terrible. This is so bad. I really fucking hate these sort of sections. Like, if you're gonna do this, at least make the AI aggressive. Alright. Fuck, that was too early. What? I hit it. How the fuck do I do this then? Oh, you can skip tutorial? Oh. Alright, we'll try it one more time and then if it doesn't work then we'll just skip I didn't realize there was a skip tutorial button. Okay, well. Can I actually time this right, please? Okay, whatever, let's just skip. Fucking dumb shit. I didn't even mean to do that either, but whatever. What the fuck? Whatever. And by the way, I don't know what the fuck is going on with my internet. There seems to be shit again. So that's really annoying.
For fuck's sake. These guys are monsters.
Hopefully streams are fine.
Was that Aikido just now? Oh, don't tell me you're training in a secret dojo or something.
Just more of my own thing, really. Figured I'd find a way to hold back for punks like them. Here, this came from one of those kids. Your call what to do with it.
You really didn't have to. But thank you. Those were students from Serio High. You'd think private school kids would be better behaved, but they're just as immature.
They look like a bunch of entitled brats.
They'd learn some manners the hard way in Kamurocho.
Well, we've got our fair share of unsavory types. The Yakuza, not to mention those Yokohama...
Solar Ash reviews right now.
Most kids wouldn't dare to mess with that.
So they're selective about their targets.
Yes. They'll only harass you if they think they'll get away with it.
Think they'll be back for more?
I certainly hope not. But anyway, I sure am glad you stopped by. Come to think of it, you're the only ones who've ever intervened. I take it you're not from around here?
By the way, in the time that
Might understand.
the break in between, I did finish watching my video.
Across the backs of giant monsters as you explore a mysterious
I'm
and
afraid
jumbled
that doesn't
broken
ring a
world.
bell.
It bears
That's
unmistakable
all right.
inspiration from Shadow
If
of the
anything, we should get
Colossus,
going.
but there's greater
Sure.
emphasis
Oh,
on
but
platforming,
before that,
level design,
please take
and
this with you.
characters. The
Consider it
bosses
a
are high
token of
points
my
for sure,
gratitude.
but they aren't the only reason to embark on this strange journey.
So it's kind of like an indie Shadow of the Colossus.
You play as Rei, a young Void Runner who has come to the center of a black hole to try to stop it from devouring her world. Separated from her squad,
Oh, it's a
she has to
woman, I
search the
didn't realize
remains of planets that have
Wow.
fallen before to reconnect conduits,
what am I
powering a
doing here?
device called the Starseed, which resembles a giant needle thrust into the Void's core.
Hello, user. We are SID, Centralized Yottabyte Database, awaiting input.
For a game that's
get
often
that?
desolate and filled with more of the dead than the
Let's do
living,
that,
there's
just
a fair
because
amount of
fuck
story and
stealth
character
missions.
interaction throughout. Not only can you get caught up on past events by asking questions of your AI companion Sid, there are also logs left by other Void Runners and a handful of characters you meet along the way.
items?
Each of these acquaintances has their own side quests to complete, some humorous, some profound, but strong writing and acting make each personality memorable in their own way, particularly Arik, a mushroom gardener with a hand for poetry.
Elders who dream in crepuscular infinity, part the eternal veil and enlighten me.
Meanwhile, the central plot is enigmatic and melancholy, but not entirely bleak or cryptic either, coming to a satisfying and thoughtful conclusion.
Wait, where am I going again? Here? No? Here? Okay.
In order to power up the Starseed, you need to travel to the surrounding
Yokohama 99. Yeah.
black organic matter.
I mean, it looks interesting. And
Creatures pairs well with strong level design.
I don't know if I'm willing to spend much more than like $20 on it. But
Separate solar ash from its inspirations.
I don't know if I'm willing to go out of my way to play it for my 2021 year in gaming. 8 out of 10. Yeah. It looks good. Just, I don't know.
Ah, if it isn't the man of the hour, Yagami-shi.
Oh, Suko. Oh, he's the, like, owner of this thing?
Gentlemen, welcome. How are you?
Do these two characters have anything to do with each other in the previous one? I don't think so, right? Okay.
You're still quick as a thief. Maybe a little quicker, actually.
Well, I'd say thief isn't very fair.
It was stealing.
Oh, come on. You know I wasn't doing it to line my own pockets, right? We took from the powerful and gave to the powerless. It was altruism. And it's all in the past.
Yeah, I'm pretty
now,
happy
so
with how
let's
this
just
video
leave it
is
at that.
performing. Oh, that's performing like ridiculously.
The place is nice, though. It's kind of familiar.
It's like it's performing ridiculously well, but
You're our inspiration, Yagami Detective
for what it
Agency.
is, like it's performing fine. I did look it up. It is doing better in my year in gaming videos. It is doing worse in my PS4 exclusive
So,
video,
why don't you guys
but
take
like,
a load off?
whatever.
If you're ready, I'll give you guys the briefing.
Say what? A briefing, man?
Let him go over what we know.
I've actually got an agenda for today's meeting, too.
An agenda?
Actually, you know what? I kind of wanna.
Give him a chance. All the detective talk has made him go a little overboard. I'm sure it'll work itself out.
It's all good. Imitation really is the sincerest form of flattery.
To sum up why we called you, we've been seeing a major upward trend with these kinds of cases. What do you think? Care to take a wild guess?
I'll give you a hint. It's not a
These
problem
are so
you'd find
fucking
in
weird.
Kamurocho.
So, it's specific to Yokohama?
I know. It's gang warfare. The outfits running Chinatown are at each other's throats, and you guys sort out the aftermath.
Well, we did just hear about the Yokohama Liu mob. They're a gang, right?
Yeah, the Yokohama Liu, whatever. But they're stirring up shit as we speak.
Actually, we haven't run into any gang-related activity at all. No, what we're dealing with isn't so conspicuous. I'll just tell you, it's bullying.
Bullying?
Sometimes parents ask us for evidence to prove their child was bullied. Fairly often, they want these bullies taken to court immediately.
They'll also want to hold the schools accountable. But none of that happens without solid proof.
How old are these kids?
Most of them are in middle school. Research shows that boys at that age experience a sudden spike in testosterone. This leads to outbursts to assert dominance, compounded by the irrationality of an immature brain. Scientifically, this potent mix of impulses often manifests as bullying.
Yeah, I call that puberty.
But that would apply specifically to boys, right? You're getting cases with girls involved too, aren't you?
Ah, with girls it's more likely rooted in oxytocin, a brain hormone that also has links to bullying. See, oxytocin fosters feelings of attachment, regardless of your gender. For instance, scientists have observed that a mother's oxytocin levels surge when looking at her child.
And then it's not always a bad thing, is what you're saying.
Indeed. Did you know it was oxytocin that enabled cooperation among our primitive ancestors? Ancient matriarchs were particularly vulnerable during childbirth, thus requiring communal support. So you could kinda say the survival and reproduction of our species was largely oxytocin at work. After all, raising a child in the wilderness would have been impossible alone. However, this intense social need bore a dark side. Individuals who failed to contribute were shunned and eventually condemned. Let's say there was a villager who never put in his fair share. All he did was eat the crops. If that became the norm, nobody would work until the village was on the brink of starvation.
And by then it'd be too late.
Precisely. That's why these offenders were punished. Primitive as it was, punishment equated to justice, a necessary measure for society's greater good. And societies with a stricter sense of justice were the ones who endured in the long run. To put this into focus, these people are our direct ancestors.
So from a science perspective, modern-day bullying is just primitive?
More like it's hardwired into our nature.
Hormones are fucked up, huh?
I wouldn't chalk it up to just that. However, we humans do tend to reject what's foreign to us. Whether we're socially awkward or simply misunderstood, those who don't conform are ostracized. That's how it's been since time immemorial. The misfits of civilization are deserving of punishment. All over the world, no matter where or when.
Looks like you guys have been doing your homework.
Tsukumo-kun's the one hitting the books. I'm more in charge of the fieldwork.
Makes sense.
Here's another fun fact while we're at it. An act of betrayal also increases the human urge to punish the offender. In those cases, the act of punishment floods the brain with dopamine, triggering an instant rush of pleasure. In other words, serving justice can feel just as good as eating or having sex.
Sure, but that's where we have to draw the line. Justice can't be twisted into joy, or it stops serving its purpose.
Very perceptive, Yagami-shi.
So, back to reality. What's this big case that needs all the manpower?
Ah, yes. Our client is the chairman of a private school. He wants us to scour the campus for any and all instances of bullying, leaving no stone unturned. That said, he also requires us to be discreet.
How big is this school?
Let's see, there are 6 classes per grade, making 18 in total. So approximately 600 students. Given that, Sugiura-shi and I couldn't possibly vet them alone.
We'll be meeting the chairman at a restaurant tonight to lay out the specifics. How about the two of you come join us? We could use the help.
Man, for a couple of rookies, you sure have it together.
You guys are free until dinner. Oh, we already made the reservations in Chinatown, by the way. Think of it as a little welcoming party. The restaurant's name is Kyoinro. If you could meet us there, that'd be great.
Sure. You didn't have to do that.
Let's roll, Tom.
Okay. Where are we at time-wise? 18 minutes. Okay. Where's... So let's look at this map. So yeah, this is... Actually, what happens if we go... Wait, where is that again? The, Yeah, this is the... So that's the Chinatown area, right? So, like, it's around here, right? Like, this is the, I just want to go here. I just want to see. Like, that's where, Kasuga is, right? I mean, like, obviously it's not there now, but I mean... Actually, you can't go across? Oh no, or is this the area? Isn't this where Kasuga lives now, like in here? Survive, there it is. Yeah, let's go over to Survive. I just want to check out this world. See, like, what it's like, since Like a Dragon. Because this takes place after Like a Dragon, right?
Really, guys?
What is it?
It is funny how, like, I feel like no other series could get away with just reusing the same fucking location over and over again. Yeah, fuck, I didn't even go down this way. Yes, this is the... Yeah, this is it. It's not where I'm marked, but, let's just go here just to get the... I don't know.
You morons.
It's here, actually. I don't want to fight. Right here, homeless camp. It's the fucking same. That's cool. I didn't realize that. That's the thing. So, like, the entire... So, essentially, this game has, like, two... Like, the world, like, just has two massive different modes to it, right? Oh my god, please? What the fuck? Oh, I didn't mean to do that, but wow, it's fine. Yeah, I get the point. Let's just, yeah, this is interesting. Homeless camp. Again, it is funny though how like they just don't change shit. Oh, interesting. Wait, where'd all our money go? Oh no, this is SP? Wait, what? You buy this with SP? That's really fucking weird. Who made that decision? But I want to see Survive. Like, I want to see, like, I doubt they're going to put Casca there or anything, but, like, that'll be, I just want to see what happens, if we go there. Is this the right? Yeah, that's right. Yes, that's that. Oh, wait, no, you can't go this way. Oh, wait, we just went too far. No. Yeah, that's here. Actually, something I do want to look up is my PS4 exclusive video. I just want to...
What is it?
Easy, and it's funny, and it's like, it's not a good video in retrospect.
It's just doing Act 1. Alright guys, we love your back with a new video. In this video, we'll be doing something I've wanted to do for a while now. Really, ever since I started this channel. Here we're going to be ranking every Sony published exclusive for the PS4. And I feel like it's obviously the right time to finally do it. With Ghost of Tsushima out, that is the last Sony published exclusive for the PS4, or at least I would assume. So now it's finally time to rank them. And there are a lot of rules that I decided to put in place here because, to be honest, there would be a lot of games if I didn't do these rules. So let's lay down the ground rules. First up, these games must be published by Sony Interactive Entertainment worldwide. Meaning that if a game was only published in Japan by Sony or only published in North America by Sony, those games are not included. Now this includes games like Destiny, which was published in Japan by Sony, but not anywhere else. But probably more notably, a game that will not be included here is Nioh, which is a game that was published by Sony outside of Japan, but within Japan it was not published by Sony, it was published by Koei Tecmo, so because of that I decided to not include it on the list. And the reason for this rule to begin with is because I don't really include these games as Sony exclusives. Like, these aren't games that Sony really had that big of a hand in the development cycle of. These are just games that essentially Sony latched on.
I don't know what the fuck I was thinking.
So for me, they didn't align with the purpose of this list. I'll also only be including games that were originally released for the PS4, meaning no remasters or ports. However, remakes will count.
So low res,
again, like remasters will not count. Last of Us Remastered, that would obviously be very high on the list if it was included. It will not be. Something like Wipeout Omega Collection is a collection of ports/remasters. So again, that didn't make it onto the list either. Again, like,
so there's some like generic girl.
Remasters weren't really worth putting on the list, as they would already be on the list I would do if I were to do a PS3 of the same topic, or a PS2 or any previous ones. Like, again, they weren't exclusive to the PS4, so I decided to leave them off the list because of that. So again, remakes will count though. Remakes such as the Ratchet & Clank remake, such as the Shadow of the Colossus remake, those things will be included on the list. Now this next rule was more so for sanity reasons than for logistic reasons. Again, the previous two were mostly because I felt like that's what I had to do to align with the purpose of the list. This one was more sleeps for my sanity, and that is the games that will be on this list must be released physically. They must have a retail release. They are not digital-only games. And again, for me, part of that is just that reduces the amount of games, so I have to play billion games for this list. But I think it also streamlines the list into what Sony considers their main games for the generation. So because that game like Erica, which is something I have played, will not be on the list. Same thing with Everybody's Gone Through Rapture, a game I really enjoy, and it won't be on the list because of this rule. Another rule I decided to have is that the games that are on the list must have a single-player component to it. And this is another one that's mostly for me. This is because I'm mostly a single-player gamer. I don't really play online that much. So because of that, multiplayer only games will not be included. That includes Predator Hunting Grounds, which was a recent release, but that is multiplayer only. That's not on the list. Drive Club is not on the list, but again, I'm pretty sure they shut down servers for that anyway. And something I did end up playing, but I just decided not to put on the list anyway, is Gran Turismo Sport. It does technically have a single player. You can just do races on your own, but it's like there's not much to it, so I just decided to leave it off the list entirely. Another rule, also for my sanity, is no MLB The Show. Again, this is way too many of them, and there's really no purpose of putting them on the list. They're not really games for me anyway, and because of that, I decided to leave them off as well.
How long is
and
this
the final rule
preamble?
for this list is that there will be no VR games or no PlayLink games on the list. And I mean, VR is like kind of its own separate thing anyway. I mean,
This
I
is a
personally don't
longer
have a PlayStation VR
preamble in
anyway,
the
but
fucking
even if I
Games
did, like, I would
Generation.
consider that its own separate video. While PlayLink, again, this is another one that's probably more so for my sanity.
How many
There
games
really
are on
isn't
this list
much
again?
PlayLink games that I really care about anyway. I have personally
I think
played
there's
Hidden
more
Agenda,
games
so
on
like if
this
I really
list,
wanted to, I
right?
could put
Than
down a list, but I decided,
25?
you know, let's just scrap all of them. It's not really worth it.
Then there's no honorable
So those are all
mentions,
my
though,
rules.
so
Again, that
I guess
really narrows down the
makes
field.
sense.
So that ends up making this list 26 games long,
26,
which is still
yeah.
a decent amount, and I did play all of these for the sake of this video. So let's get started with the list, and to be honest, these bottom spots here, these bottom 5 games are games that I did not play too extensively. 4 of them are actual full games that I just did not end up finishing. The other one's kind of just a more casual experience overall, and because of that, I decided to just put them on the bottom tier of the list. Like again, like if I
In retrospect, I should not have even bothered
see a
putting
reason
them
to
on the
put
list.
those games above any games I did.
I should have just
incentivize
talked
to
about them
finish.
as
So number
separate
26 here, we have a game that I've already talked about in my 2019 year in gaming video. I did decide to give it another shot again. Really, just still cannot get into it. And it is a remake. It is the remake of Medieval. And again, despite this being on the bottom of the list, I don't hate this game. It's a game that's not for me. I mean, it's straight up. That's what it is. And
what the
that
fuck
didn't really
is a
capture my
game
attention. I never played the
What the
original on the
fuck?
PS1. And I can definitely tell, like, it has a fun, like, sort of tone going for it. But for me, gameplay-wise, it didn't really capture my attention. It's kind of your standard third-person hack-and-slash game that you would expect from the PS1 era. And I know, like, fans of the original Medieval do like this remake. So,
yeah, it's
again, if you
only
like
like
the
a year
original,
and a
you'll
month
probably like
ago.
this, because it is
Even
a
then,
more
it's like, what the
modernized version of
fuck
that.
was I
But for me
thinking?
personally, again, it's just a modernized version of that. And a modernized version of that isn't something that I particularly want. So because of that, I had to put it at the bottom of the list. Again, I don't hate the game. It's just a game that's not for me. Now, number 25, we have a game that's in a very similar place with me. And this one might upset some people, but that is Bloodborne. And again, Bloodborne is simply not for me. From software games in general are simply not for me. I remember when Demon's Souls came out, and I did play a good chunk of Demon's Souls actually when I was younger, but I was kind of in a different mindset with how I approached gaming at that point. At that point, I was still into games for the challenge, for really the game aspect of it, where now I kind of play games more so for the experience, more so for its narrative, more so for a completely different reason than what I used to play games for, and Bloodborne still fits into that old mold. Again, if I played this when I was a kid, I probably would have loved it, but now in the current state that I'm at, it's really just something I'm not really going to bother with. I did try playing it, I played a few hours of it, but it's like after like the billionth death, I really didn't care enough to continue. Now number 24, and now we're getting into games I actually played a good chunk of. But I still did not finish the game here, and that is Killzone Shadowfall. And for me, again, it's just not my sort of thing. I'm not really a big FPS guy either. Killzone Shadowfall really just isn't as interesting of one to where I felt incentivized to finish the game. It's weird because like I adore another game that Guerrilla developed within this generation that we will be talking about later on the list. But with this game, I just found it kind of bland. It was kind of your standard sci-fi shooter. I didn't consider the narrative that interesting. Really, Killzone as a series has never been something that has interested me too much anyway. So again, did not finish this game, and because of that, it lands here at number 24. Now moving on to number 23, the more casual game that's on this list, and that is Everybody's Golf. And again, it's fine. I mean, it's fine for what it is. There isn't. I debated over whether or not to include this on the list at all. I decided that the single player was enough to the point where it should be on the list. But really, I can't really justify putting it too high.
They are,
really all
without
it is
a
just an
doubt,
arcadey
the
golf game.
finest
And I enjoyed that
private
game. I
eyes in
enjoyed playing it. I enjoyed playing the constructed golf games when I was a kid. This is obviously part of that series. But despite having fun with it, it's really just not a game that I really hold in that high regard. And it's one of those games that you can pop in and play at random points and still have fun with it. But it's not really a robust experience that I would expect from most modern Sony published games. So because of that, it lands here at number 23. Now number 22 is the top of this tier that I was talking about.
Wasn't that where those kids were from?
And this is a game that really disappointed me. I really wanted to love this game, and that is Days Gone. And I've tried so many.
We actually ran into some of the students.
I have a fucking Japanese cover for Days Gone.
8 of them.
I don't know what the fuck I was doing.
And then I found myself bored of that as well. And it's such a shame because I feel like Days Gone has so many elements I would love from a modern Sony published game, but something about it just feels off. I don't know, like whenever I'm playing this game, I never feel like this is the caliber of the great PS4 exclusives we'll be talking about much later on the list. Instead, I feel like I'm playing like a THQ game. I feel like I'm playing a budget third-party game. It really just does not play well in my eyes. Mixing that in with the fact that I found the narrative pretty dull, I didn't really care for anything that was going on there, and mixing that in with just a lot of minor annoyances in terms of dumb things like that, like having to hold a button instead of having to just push it, and
we'd like to
having to
start
micromanage certain things.
tomorrow.
It just really felt annoying.
Would you mind sharing any background information you may have?
It's such a shame because I feel like it's a game I should enjoy. It has every element of games that I do enjoy. It just, for some reason, just never clicked with me. And I think that's a shame, but I really can't justify putting it any higher than number 20.
Wait.
We continually ask.
Why the fuck is Jameson Price and everything playing a different character every time? Why does everyone just sound like fucking Sojiro? Oh, it's so fucking dumb.
From this point on, I finished all these games. Every game from this point on is a game that
Oh, Last Guardian's 21, I forgot that.
This game is a game that I didn't particularly care for, and that is The Last Guardian. I
And you're
love
hiring
when The Last Guardian
detectives
tries
to help?
Yeah, I in retrospect, I really should not put those bottom 5 on the list. I should have been just outright and said, yeah, I did not finish these games. These are because that's one of the main criticisms of the videos. I have Bloodborne below Knack.
And I discovered just how
companion and you using him to solve puzzles and get through areas and all that's really, really great. I really love the concept here. It's just so unresponsive at many points, and at so many points it just feels awkward. And I do love its narrative. I think its narrative is
In
really
most
great.
situations
And
we
overall,
felt
the Last Guardian
we
was
knew
just
who the
experience that I
problem
really
was
felt
beforehand.
annoyed at, and I really have no
All
incentive
we needed to do
ever
was
play
get the
this game
evidence.
ever again. So for me,
But in this case,
now
we
number
don't even know
20,
if there's a
and
bully
this is
in
a
the
game that gets
first
so much
place.
flack, and I understand
Hence
why.
why we
Actually
called
came out
in
of
the
it enjoying it more than
reinforcements.
I expected. And
So,
that is Knack.
I take it
Now,
you have
obviously,
some sort
Knack
of
has become
plan?
this like massive meme online.
Of course.
But, I mean, Knack
We're
isn't
going to
that
start by
bad.
spreading
I mean,
hidden
it's a
cameras
pretty
throughout the
basic
school,
platformer
anywhere that
slash
bullying
beat 'em up.
is
The
most
story
likely
is
to
pretty
occur.
dumb and boring. But
This
like,
footage
I think
should
the game
provide
is
a
okay. I think
detailed
the biggest problem
snapshot
with
of
Knack
student
is that it
interaction that would
overstays its welcome.
otherwise go
This game that
unnoticed.
is like a 10-hour
Then,
game
after a
when it should
2-week
have been
test
like a
run,
5-hour
we'll
game.
compile our
However, I would be
data
lying
and
if I
present
said I
our
didn't have fun
initial
with the
analysis.
first few hours of the game. I think it's an
Nothing
alright
beats a good
game.
old-fashioned
It's
spy
too
cam.
long of one, and really, again, the narrative
Yes,
is
but if
uninteresting,
one of these
and
spy
most of the
cams
gameplay
were
is pretty
found,
generic,
the
but I
whole
didn't find that that
operation
bad.
could
So
be
for me, it landed at
compromised.
number 20. Now, number 19,
As such,
guess what? We have
our
the sequel
pair of
to Knack. We
experts
have
are
Knack 2.
intimately
And I feel
familiar
like
with
Knack
the
2 does
complexities
everything
of
better.
human
I feel like
behavior,
Knack 2 improves upon the first Knack
ensuring
in every
these
possible way.
cameras
The
remain
narrative
hidden.
is slightly more interesting, still not good,
Damn.
but at least
You
it
make
tries.
me
I
want to
guess.
hire us.
Beat 'em up elements are
The
much more
secret
improved in
stays
this game,
between
and I
you
feel
and
like
us,
level
Jim.
design-wise, this game's
Not
far
even the
more
guards or
impressive.
teachers
However, I
can.
think one of the biggest flaws is that, again,
Do I
it's
have
still
that
way
correct?
too long. It's still the same length as the first game, and I really felt like it didn't need to be. Again, if this game was half the length, it would be a better game before it. But in the current state that it is, it's a really big slog. And I felt for me, it's something that made it even more of a slog. I also played Knack 2 immediately after I finished Knack 1. So for me, this is all kind of one experience because I felt like I definitely came out of finishing Knack 2 with a more negative opinion I did of finishing Knack 1. But I think if I look back at the actual game itself, Knack 2 is definitely the superior game.
They just keep raising the
Now,
bar
number
on us,
18, we're
don't
on to a
they?
game that I debate on whether or not to include on the list.
So,
It's kind of a weird one.
Yagamishi,
It is kind of a
What is
port,
this?
but it is
Anything
an
you'd like to
enhanced
ask the
port.
chairman?
There's something here that is
Tearaway.
visually unfolded. Now,
I
Tearaway
forgot
was
about
really
Tearaway.
This is the PS4 port of it that they
You
didn't
might
add
learn
a
a thing
good
or
chunk of
two from
content to.
watching
So
the
because of
master
that, I
at
decided
work.
to leave it on the list. And Tearaway's
Hate to
okay.
put
I
me
mean,
on
it's a
the
game that
spot,
I
guys.
enjoyed at points.
But
I
might
will
as
say there were
well.
definitely points that kind of annoyed me with how slow the game was, especially at the beginning. Like at the beginning where you're like essentially having to learn like every little mechanic in the game. I just found that really, really slow. But that said, I think this
Mind
game
if
is
I
a
order?
fascinating game visually. I think level design wise, it's pretty interesting.
Hey, Chairman. You a big fan of Peking duck?
Oh, it's pretty tasty.
Isn't it?
Fucking so
One of my
true.
personal favorites. Nothing like biting into warm, crunchy duck skin. Oh, it's gotta be slathered in that special sauce.
Are you eating okay, Yagamishi? You could place another order. If you could get back to the case, I'll make sure to keep your plate full.
Actually, towards the end of the game, narratively, honestly, there isn't
He
much
tells
there.
me
Like, it was an
to
alright game. Again, one that I'll probably never play again, and one that did have some highs and lows for me. So because of that, it landed at number 18. Now, number 17, we're on to a game that I actually enjoyed. I was actually surprised that I enjoyed
A
this
Little
game.
Big
Because a lot
Planet.
of this game is focused
So,
around its online.
I actually forgot that so many of these games were
On the single player,
towards the
that
bottom.
is
We
Little
did get
Big
into
Planet
a
3.
scuffle.
Now, I have played this Little Big Planet 1
No
in
one
the
got
past,
hurt.
and it was fun.
I mean, it
but
makes
I
sense,
enjoyed
but, like,
Little Big Planet
kind of
3
forgot.
way more than expected. I thought the level design in this game was
Yeah,
particularly
like Little Big Planet 3 is at
fun
17.
levels in the single player here. Again, narratively, again, what do you expect? Little Big Planet. Gameplay-wise, I really enjoyed it. I think there were a couple issues with checkpoints at points, especially on that final level. But for the most part, I had a lot of fun with it. And I mean, in comparison to a lot of these more similar games that we just been talking about, like Knack 2, Tearaway, I think this is far and away the best game of the bunch. Though at the end of the day, again, it is what it is. Like, it is a platformer that's made for a younger audience. Like, I'm not the target demographic for this game, but despite that, I did have more fun than expected. So it lands here number 17. Now number 16 is a game that I've already talked about in the past. but
Concrete
I now have
Genie was
a
above
completely
it.
different
I guess that
opinion
makes
of it.
sense.
Like I said,
See, I did talk
my
about this in my
goal is to
2019 gaming
nip
video,
any
and at that
bullying
point,
in
I
the
did not
bud
finish the game.
before
I
it
really
can grow
didn't
any
love
more.
my experience with it. I played a
And
few
it's
hours
not
of it
enough
and
for
just
the
kind of dropped
teachers
it.
to be on
However, I
full
decided, like,
alert?
obviously for the sake of this video, I decided to give it another shot, wanted to replay it,
No.
and I actually ended up finishing the game this
I'm
time, and I
afraid I
enjoyed it a
can't
lot
fully
more.
trust
I think
whatever
now
they
knowing
jot
what the
down
game
in
essentially
some
is, which is a very basic game where you walk around these small open worlds and use your paint to light up these light bulbs, and you essentially do it over and over and over
In the
again.
event we
I think
do
now
uncover
knowing
bullying,
that that's what the game is,
what action
I think I
would you
enjoyed it a bit more. I mean, obviously, it does have this story that tries to
we would
tackle
provide
themes of like
appropriate
bullying and
counseling,
mental health and that sort of stuff. And I
in
think it does a
addition
decent
to
job
notifying
at
the
that,
local
though a bit heavy-handed. But again, it's
Wouldn't
kids.
that
You are a
mean
game
increasing
targeted
the
towards a
teacher's
younger audience, so
workload?
it's like, what do you expect?
Interviewing
Yeah, like,
students,
it's an alright
filling
game.
out paperwork.
It's a game that, again, probably won't ever play again.
That could lead
Game
to making making people
isn't
not
really
want to bother
gonna have a
reporting
lasting effect on me by any means, but it's game that was fine. Fine for what it is. So for me, it lands at number 16. Now number 15. At number 15, we're kind of starting this new tier for me. And number 15 is the game that, to be honest, I didn't enjoy the first time I played it, but then on the replay, I enjoyed it slightly more, and that is Infamous Second Son. And I enjoyed the first two Infamous games, especially Infamous 1. I love those two games on the PS3. And I remember Infamous Second Son was one of the first games I played on my PS4, and I was pretty disappointed by it. I really didn't find it appealing from a narrative perspective. From a gameplay perspective, it was fine. But really, narratively, I just didn't care about anything that was going on there. And even on the replay, to be honest, kind of a similar thing. I mean, obviously slightly better now that I've finished the game, but it's like really narratively, it isn't its strong suit. I do think the first two Infamous games have a much stronger story, but I do think gameplay-wise, it improves upon the previous two Infamous games in almost every single way. Obviously, we get a more robust open world, we get more abilities, and really, it's like, it's fun. It's what you would expect from an Infamous game gameplay-wise, while having a kind of story. So, for me, I felt like that was enough to put it in this, like, middle tier, but really, I couldn't justify putting it much higher. Now, number 14 is a game that I really enjoyed the first time I played it, but I felt like on the replay, I didn't enjoy it as much. I know this is a game that a lot of people don't like, and that is the Order 1886. I think something that this game tries to do is try to be like one of the most cinematic games ever made, and I think in that it succeeds. However, obviously something that a lot of people complained about when it came out was how short it was, and I think that was a massive consequence of the type of
I should have done a video on it
like you can tell how much
last year.
went into some
So it was the 5-year anniversary, right?
Overall, the graphics in this game are incredible. Even to this day, this is one of the best looking PS4 exclusives. Narratively, it was kind of similar to what I would expect from like an Assassin's Creed game. Not entirely. I mean, I think this game takes itself way more seriously than what you would expect from Assassin's Creed, but I think the overall conflict within the game feels very Assassin's Creed-like, but gameplay-wise, it very much tries to be kind of similar to like Uncharted in a way, maybe a bit more grounded than that, but it really just doesn't innovate on anything gameplay-wise. I mean, it's really, the focus of this game is its cinematic nature, and it's really impressive visuals and set pieces. But outside of that, it's a pretty generic game, and I will be honest, on the replay, I just didn't find the narrative to be as compelling as I did the first time I played it, so that's why for me it lands at number 14. Now, number 13, we're halfway through the list, and we're on to a game that I was kind of surprised I enjoyed as much as I did, and that is the 2016 remake of Ratchet and Clank. Obviously, a remake of the original game, a game that was made to tie in.
If I can ask your honest opinion, was there
good.
really
like,
no
I'm
bullying
surprised that
channel?
it's as good as it is, and I'm someone that has never really played too much of Ratchet and Clank. I played Up Your Arsenal when I was a kid, but really didn't play any of the other games. I was more of a Jack and Daxter guy, but I do think this Ratchet and Clank remake is pretty good. Again, it's very much in line with what I would expect from Ratchet and Clank, of having the standard sort of beat-em-up gameplay, but also a lot of gadgets that you can use to spice things up there. This really ridiculous, over-the-top tone of the narrative that has all these like ridiculous characters, ridiculous moments. I mean, like really, the Ratchet and Clank remake is everything I would expect from a remake of the game. And again, it's not really a game that's going to have a lasting effect on me. It's not a game that I feel too incentivized to replay over and over.
Don't tell me he got picked on too.
Really strong game. Really great remake.
That
it lands at number
could have
13.
been the case.
Now, number 12 is
but I
a game
didn't
always
get
had
enough
pretty mixed
details
opinions
to
on.
say for sure. From what I'd observed,
I don't
he
feel
appeared to
done
be
at
getting along
12.
quite well with the students.
Sure,
But I later heard his family had reported him missing.
It's next day, so ready?
Is this only part 3 of the Let's Play? I just realized that.
At the end of the day, I'm asking you to
It feels
shed
like it's so
light on
much
the
more.
darkness that's plagued my school. That is why I went the detective route.
Okay.
I think this conversation has been enlightening. Any
And that is
thoughts,
Until
Sycamore?
Dawn. Now, Until Dawn is a pretty standard, modern
What else
adventure
is
game.
there?
But I think something that sets it apart from those other games
I suppose we'll have to see when we get there. We may have more questions then.
That would be fun.
And they get attacked by mysterious force, that sort of thing.
All right then.
So many horror films.
dig
I
in
did
or
find it
what?
very bland the first time I
You
played it. I
really
found it
pretending
very
you waited?
generic. But I think on the
You've been
replay,
nibbling
like,
this whole
I
time.
come to respect what it's trying to do. I think the characters
Call
in the game
this
are pretty
nibbling?
good. For the most part, they're well written. Like,
Hey,
there's
waiter,
that chart that you can
I
see
want
of
a
all the
place to
characters'
order.
relationships between each
I'll
other,
tell you,
when they
chef,
grow, when they go
I
down,
hope
like all that
this
stuff's really
kitchen
great.
can handle
I
this
do like the
heat.
element of that your character can die at any time, which really makes this game very lengthy by a substantial amount. I mean, it could be a 4-hour game, it could be a 7-hour game, depending on how you play it. As a whole, at this point, I do enjoy this game a lot more than I used to. I do think it is a cool evolution of the adventure game genre that I do personally really enjoy.
Excuse
While
me.
I personally would have
I'm
preferred
ready
if
to
the
order
story was a
too.
bit more deep than what it actually is. I do respect it for what it's trying to do, so it lands at number 12. Now number 11, and I'm actually disappointed that this game fell this low on the list, because there was a point where I would have had this nearing the top 5, but at this point it does land here at number 11, and that is Gravity Rush 2. And I really loved Gravity Rush 2 the first time I played it. I think it has a gameplay style that we don't really see in many games. I mean, it's a very unique game.
That used the exact same footage I did. That's funny.
So how was that for
I
your first day's work?
accidentally used the exact same footage for both videos for Gravity Rush 2.
The task at hand seems pretty straightforward.
But because everything's moving around so much, I just can't hit
What
my
was it you
target.
said
Sometimes
about
there's
using
like a
hidden
time limit on
cameras?
these things, and really it just becomes
Tomorrow
annoying
we'll be
thing to
deciding
manage.
where to
But
put
something
them.
that really surprised me with
We don't
Gravity
have all
Rush,
that many,
not
so you
expect
know.
is I love its narrative.
Oh,
I think
and we'll be
narratively, it
dressed as
tells
AC
a pretty
repairmen.
compelling shonen-esque
What?
story.
You gonna
I
make
really
us wear
like how it pretty
uniforms?
much ends the story. I think something I suspect about Gravity Rush is
Of
that
course.
they knew that
Freshly
Gravity Rush 2 was
laundered
gonna be
and
the last
ready
one.
Why
for
not
duty.
just fucking render them talking?
Only the champions aware of our
Like
investigation.
you're already having them in
We
the
must
background
therefore
now.
deceive both student
Oh,
and
whatever.
faculty.
Sounds like a plan to me.
The story, no matter how they were able to
For
do
now,
it. And while that back
let's
third
call
does
it
feel
a
a bit
night.
disjointed, at least they were able to tell the story that they wanted to tell. I mean,
You've
overall,
got
I
a
think Gravity
point
Rush 2 is a
there.
really great experience as a
In
whole.
any
It has
case,
some
try
gameplay
to make
issues that I
yourselves
don't
at home.
particularly love, but it is
Apologies
definitely
in
a game that I
advance
have not
if you
played on
find
before,
our
but I
amenities
love this
wanting.
game. I just wish I could put it higher on this list, but because of some of those gameplay flaws, I do think I have to land it here number 11.
Okay.
Now number 10,
When's here?
and number 10 here we have a remake of a
Oh,
game
shit.
that when I originally played it, I liked it conceptually. I had a lot of issues with the
Shadow
actual
Colossus
gameplay,
number
but
10?
here on the
Okay.
remake, I enjoyed it a lot.
But yeah, for now, thanks for watching.